iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Well, welcome in here, race fans, tonight to Long Pond, Pennsylvania. It is the tricky triangle here in the honeymoon capital of the world. We are getting ready to go racing here tonight with the Salt Flat Cup Series for the SimSpeedShop 175. All the drivers have had their qualifying sessions done tonight, so, well, with the weather in the area, let's get right down to the grid here tonight and see how the lineup's going to shake out. Starting on the front row here tonight, it's going to be the Fuel Sim, Squidward's number 28 of Hunter Reynolds. To his outside, it'll be the SimBox Motorsports, the number 6 of Roy Fernandez. Starting in position number 3, hailing out of the Keystone State, it's the number 40 of Josiah Millen. He'll start P number 3. Starting in the 4th position here tonight, driving the number 90 Full Throttle Motorsports, number 90, it is Michael Sturgill. Starting in the 5th position here tonight, driving the number 33, the Verizon Wireless 5G network entry of Greg O'Berry. Starting in 6th, hailing out of Georgia, it's the SimBox Motorsports, SimBox number 77 of Doug Neal. Starting back there into the 7th position, driving the number 15 here tonight, this is the Virginia native of Peyton Johnson. Starting in position number 8, driving the 01 out of Lansing, Michigan for the SimBox Motorsports group, this is Cody Sleeper. It's the big unit, race fans. Randy Johnson will roll off 9th here tonight in the number 12 machine. I believe he will have to serve an end-of-the-line penalty here to start this event, though. Cody Levitt is scheduled to roll off into the 10th position, and just outside the top 10, it's Tim Combs in the number 88. Starting in 12th, it's the driver out of Nebraska. This is Jared Hagedorn. He'll go in the 12th position after finishing just 2nd last week. Starting in 13th, the driver out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, one of the hometown state drivers. This is the 71 of Nathan Maurer. Rolling off in the 14th position, he also hails out of the Keystone State. It's the Keystone Motorsports number 31 of Donald Bennett. Driver out of Ontario, Canada, though, he is going to drive the number 83 here tonight. That's the Beefy Motorsports entry of Brandon Feeney. And starting right next to him, the driver out of Tennessee, it's the No Doubt Racing number 98 of racing Jason Griffith Dobbs with a special paint scheme here tonight. Starting 17th, it's the number 19. It's the Russ Hancock entry with the South Carolina driver, the number 75 of Quincy Atkins, right alongside him in the 18th spot. 19th, hailing out of Utah, driving the 04 of the Lonely Toyota in the group. It's the Draft Top Rays Energy Drink 04 of Danny Valenzuela. Starting in the 20th position, it's the driver out of Ohio. It's the Great Lakes Brewing Ford Mustang, the number 13 of Jamie Leach. Starting in the 21st position, had a really fast hot rod in our practice session. Qualifying, though, looks like it did not turn out to be the best for Stephen Pugh. It's going to be 21st. 22nd, we'll go to the driver out of Florida. That is Darrell Clutter. That is your 22-car field here tonight. As you see everybody pacing around the speedway, there's your front row. That's going to get ready to fire off here in just a couple of moments. Race fans, this is the Pocono International Raceway. They call it the honeymoon capital of the world, with some of the largest lakes in this area. You can find yourself a cabin, you're on the lake, and you can find yourself a peaceful little place here in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. Which one of these drivers tonight is going to go honeymooning in Long Pond, Pennsylvania? Well, we're about to find out. 70 laps are on the docket here tonight to find out who will win this race. With only 3 races left, Pocono, Charlotte, and Phoenix, we race here at the Pocono International Speedway. The green flag is up. The green flag is out. We are racing here in Pennsylvania. One of them going to get turned right from the jump. And the caution flag comes out here tonight at Pocono, right at the start-finish line. So the Tricky Triangle living up to its tricky name, as it looks like Doug Neal in the 77 SimBox entry may have got a little help here. We'll wait for the truck to tell us what they all have. And they tell us they have something. There you see Doug Neal in the 77 to the outside. Oh! It looks like a possible missed shift and a bunch of carnage on the front straightaway. Well, let's watch this back here and see. Right on board. You heard the car. It sounded like it just got stuck between the gears. Nowhere for Doug Neal to really escape from. Cody Sleeper was right behind him. So Doug Neal's night looks like it may end at the start-finish line. The rough break, as you see him, he's just sitting down on pit road. The motor is not even turning. There you see Cody Sleeper. He'll come down here, and he'll get some service done because he was involved in that. There's the driver out of Lansing, Michigan. Little right front nose damage. And this track here, it's a 2.5 mile speedway. Yeah, 2.5 miles. That's exactly what Daytona and Talladega are. And, well, there's one difference. We only have 3 turns here at the Pocono International Raceway. There is turn 3 right now. Leader Roy Fernandez catches the pace truck. All these drivers here tonight, because 70 laps is the scheduled distance. Take a look on the timing and scoring. 70 laps as we work lap number 3 officially now started here. Everybody's going to have to save some fuel. We talked to a lot of drivers here tonight, and they said fuel mileage is going to be crucial. You're going to want to save some fuel. See a couple drivers diving to pit road. Jared Hagedorn on pit road. Brandon Feeney. Grayson Jason also down on pit road. I don't believe any of these drivers did get any damage. I think the only other driver that may have grabbed some damage is the 65, or is that was actually the 75. That's the Quincy Atkins entry, the driver out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, as he has now come to a rest in his pit stall. See if we can get our camera crew to get down there, and there they see, doesn't look like too much damage on the 75 of Quincy Atkins, but he will make a pit stop. Enchanted Construction and the Send It Studios on board the number 75 this season here with Quincy Atkins. Of course, Send It Studios being Quincy Atkins, putting out some quality paint jobs as of late. So as we were late coming onto the air here tonight, as we had some issues here at the Long Pond, Pennsylvania area, a lot of storms rolling through the virtual land. We didn't get quite to talk about the Tricky Triangle. This is like no other track that anybody has raced on this season. Yes, it has, well, it's an oval track. Kind of. It is a left turn, a left turn, a left turn, and hence I only say 3. Because Pocono does only have 3 turns. This is turn number 3, down this very long front straightaway, which they do drag racing on when NASCAR is not here. Well, it's a complete 90-degree turn just about, and back down the back straightaway before heading into the tunnel turn, which is one of the slippiest corners on the NASCAR circuit. Of course, you get out of shape in the tunnel turn, and you might end up into the outside wall, which is then going to pinball you right down to the inside wall, and that's not where you want to end up here tonight. Front straightaway here tonight, they don't just do drag racing on it. You can actually run these cars about 3, 4, 5, 6 wide, which we saw right on the initial drop of this green flag here tonight, where everybody had to really bob, weave, and dodge their way around that one. And also, fun fact of the Pocono International Raceway, other than it being right in the backyard of our Turn 3 Racing Network studios here in Pennsylvania, well, did anybody know that they let sprint cars race here at the Tricky Triangle? Back when it was, I believe, 1982, just about, maybe 1978, when the IndyCar circuit came here to the Long Pond, Pennsylvania. It was not enough cars to compete and make a full field, so they actually opened it up to just about anybody that had a classified open-wheel vehicle was able to turn laps, and, well, they put the sprint cars from Pennsylvania here out onto this 3-turn, 2.5-mile circuit. Talk about crazy facts, Pocono being odd in its shape and odd in the events. And actually, here's a fun fact. Anybody that's out there, if you can tell me what the first actual race that was ever held on the grounds of this raceway were, we might be able to hook you up with some Turn 3 merchandise. We have a bunch of it over here. We got to thank everybody that did place an order yesterday. Those orders have all officially been shipped. The shirts, the hats, the hoodies, and the stickers, and I forget what else all went out the door. The beanies all went out the door. So we thank you for those orders. They are officially shipped, as the iRacing.com pace truck is going to make the left-hand turn. So after our first caution flag of the evening, the green flag will come right back out, and we're going racing again here at Pocono. Look at everybody stays in line this time. Jared Hagedorn about mid-pack, going to go from the inside to the outside, but it'll be Roy Fernandez leading us down into turn number 1. Fernandez leads into turn number 1. There's Michael Sturgill looking to the inside. Hunter Reynolds, who was your pole setter here tonight, going to slide back and find a home back there, running right around the 4th position. Nathan Maurer, the Pennsylvania driver, out of line right now. You see him working to the inside, trying to get around Peyton Johnson. That's the 88 of Tim. That is the 88. A new color scheme on the 88 here tonight for Tim Combs. So right now, coming back here to complete the first lap is, Fernandez up the track in turn number 3. Can he carry a little momentum down the front straightaway? First official lap and green flag here tonight will be Roy Fernandez leading the first lap. So as Fernandez leads lap number 1, he will not be able to hold that top spot, though, in turn number 1. Look at O'Berry. He actually had to use a little bit of that apron. Hunter Reynolds is right there. He's going to race down the back straightaway now. Everybody else, you see him, has gone single file. Greg O'Berry and Hunter Reynolds are side by side down this back straightaway into the tunnel turn. They call it the tunnel turn because the only way to the infield is right through the underneath there in turn number 2. 2 tunnels going in, 2 tunnels coming out. Everybody was able to navigate the tunnel turn, though, and down here into the flat turn number 3. Only 6 degrees of banking here in turn number 3. Millen very close to the outside wall. Derek Lauder backing up a couple positions as you do see Squidward squidding around the outside. Barry down the bottom side, but he's not able to make it really stick down there. Squidward takes the spot, and then Millen's going to take a spot. So Millen up the running 4th. Here comes Tim Combs in the Kelly Blue Book entry, 88. You look at that 88, and you remember back when Dale Earnhardt Jr. drove the 88. Well, it's not the same paint scheme. It's a fantasy paint scheme here on Tim Combs, but when Dale Earnhardt Jr. came to Pocono, he was able to sweep the whole season at Pocono. The 2 races that NASCAR runs here every year. Picked up both wins in the Kelly Blue Book car. Tim Combs showing that the Kelly Blue Book may have some speed, as he'll now pick up the position from Greg O'Berry. Here comes the 71 of Maurer, the Pennsylvania boy, just out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Oh, he's going to miss turn number 1. He's going to hit the bumps, and up the speedway he goes. So now we're going to lose one there to Peyton Johnson, and now here comes old Dobsonator. Dobbs got a very special paint scheme. Of course, he's got his little baby girl, Colby, riding on board him. And of course, we got the old Dobbs onboard camera also hooked up here tonight, brought to us by Draft Top. Dobbs in his office right now, focused. He's got his teammate Randy Johnson to the outside of him down here at turn number 3. See him all spread out down the front straightaway. Dobbs going to drop a position. He's going to go P number 10 on the timing and scoring as Randy Johnson was able to just get around him. Donald Bennett back here. It looks like Quincy Atkins, who has some rear end damage on that Send It Studios number 75. He's going to slide up in front of Bennett. Bennett going to try to do a crossover. Bennett has some nose damage on his number 31 entry. And, oh, Greg O'Berry. What happened to Greg O'Berry? Something happens to Greg O'Berry on the back straightaway. Caution flag number 2 going to come out. So as the second caution flag comes out here tonight at the Tricky Triangle, we're going to have to see what the truck has to say about this one. 9 laps officially in the books here tonight. Let's see what happened to Greg O'Berry on the back straightaway. There you see Peyton Johnson, and then Greg hooks a left. I don't know if the motor expired or... As you saw the 33 of O'Berry come to an abrupt stop on the back straightaway. So that brings us into our second caution flag of the evening here tonight in our SimSpeedShop 175 here at the Tricky Triangle. And as we pace around the track here tonight, we got to pay a couple of the bills while we have a moment. Race fans, we'll be back here at Long Pond, Pennsylvania.
Turn 3. What? Oh. There we go. Turn 3 After Dark by Bromley Designs.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Assist to the front bumper, and he hits him again now. Rayon Fowler into the outside wall.
He's going to pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's going to get them all done with. What amazing!
Lee to the inside goes Logan Cloudman is going to touch in. Pit press sideways. What a save!
Looks to the outside as Cronkite goes off. De Jong into second place.
I'm going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
Trying this contact though.
Slide left to the racetrack. Chris Renner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact.
He's going to try and make the move around the outside the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And welcome back here to Long Pond, Pennsylvania, race fans. Just finishing up our caution flag. These drivers geared up and ready to go back racing here in just a couple of moments after it looks like we had one of our drivers. It looks like Greg O'Berry had to attend to some emergency issues back at the old home. Of course, if you know Greg O'Berry, you know that he unfortunately lost his house I believe it was about 6 months back. And every time you smell smoke, you may think that something's going on, so Greg O'Berry had to attend to some things. You do see his number 33 back out onto the speedway. That did bring out the second caution flag here tonight. So we're going back racing with 12 laps completed out of the 70 scheduled here at the Tricky Triangle. One driver is off the speedway here tonight. That's the 77 of Doug Neal. He has pulled it behind the garage. 3 wide racing here as Peyton Johnson dives it down to the inside of the number 15. He's going to jump to the inside of that number 28 of Hunter Reynolds. He's going to put, I believe that's the number 12. That is the 12 of the big unit outside. Johnson's still going to be 3 wide. Cody Levitt now in the middle. Brandon Feeney going to pull his car down to the inside. Jamie Leach now takes over the race lead as they are 3 wide down the back straightaway. Levitt is in the middle with the 83 down low. They will sort it out before they get into the tunnel turn. 2 wide is already treacherous enough here at Pocono. They were flirting with 3 wide and elected not to do it. Could have been wise here on lap number 13. Of course, Brandon Feeney does have those older tires. He did come down pit road on lap number 2. But that was just a pit stop for gas and go. Out front, though, it is the driver out of Ohio of Jamie Leach and, well, Michael Sturgill. Driver out of Cincinnati. The Toledo driver and the Cincinnati driver are battling it out here, and it'll be Michael Sturgill going to the point. Look at Racing Jason. He's right there, too. Looks like the old 98 out the gate's got a little damage on the nose piece of this Colby machine. And Colby, all of us here at Salt Flat Racing and, of course, the Turn 3 Racing Network, we love you, and we wish you, a healthy recovery from the surgery you just had. There's Colby on the side of this 98 out the gate machine. See if we can get a little close-up on that. Beautiful-looking car. Oh, Dobbs is going to stuff her. Into the outside wall. The caution flag will fly once again here at Pocono as Dobbs just hit the outside wall. You can see how disappointed he is at this now that he scratched up the machine. So unfortunately, the old hillbilly machine going to bring out the caution flag. And as the third caution flag here tonight flies, we're going to have to see what the old truck has to say about this one as Dobbs went around down to turn number 4. It is a single car spin here after we just went back to the green flag racing. Let's check out what the caution flag is. There's Dobbs. He was running in the 4th position at the time. Touches the outside wall coming out of turn number 3. And then hard impact into the inside wall on the front straightaway with the pit wall. That's what's going to bring out our 3rd caution flag of the night here at the Tricky Triangle. He is going to be able to refire that car, so he should be able to tag the back of the group. But Michael Sturgill did just take that race lead. Have to start thinking about strategy here tonight at Pocono. These drivers only have a limited amount of tires in their pit stall. So yes, you might be thinking about fuel strategy, but you also have to think about how many times can I come to pit road and put on tires tonight. You don't want to be stuck at the end of this one the way it's going with a late race caution with no tires left to come get, because this track, one of the most abrasive tracks on the sim. You think Darlington's pretty abrasive, Rockingham, and we would also put Phoenix in that same category. Well, Pocono is right there along with the most abrasive speedways on the circuit. Very bumpy, too. They did just repave Pocono International Raceway a handful of years ago. But it's still very bumpy. So right now, the scoring is telling us that Michael Sturgill did just take back over the race lead over Jamie Leach. Leach did get a lap led before he lost the lead to Michael Sturgill. So it's Sturgill out front. Jamie Leach is in second. Third is going to be Roy Fernandez. Josiah Millen is sitting right there also, trying to pick his way through the field tonight. Looks like everybody had come to pit road. Just about. Except for the old Fernandez. Looks like that whole SimBox crew is going to stay out. Race off pit road here is going to be won by the number 90 of Michael Sturgill. And it looks like it's going to be a close battle for that second position coming off pit road. And it will be Randy Johnson, Hunter Reynolds out of pit road. All those drivers, it looks like, just taking fuel only, as our producer behind the scenes here going, Muth, do you know there's only 3 turns? And yeah, there's 3 turns. And yes, it's the tricky triangle. We know it's in the name. And yes, I get it, guys. I made the mistake. So thank you to the race control out there for pointing that out, Herman. Herman over here in the other booth next to us, having himself a good old laugh on that one. Looks like Dobbs is sitting down on pit road. There you see his tribute machine. A little bit of damage on that. And he is very disgusted with himself right now. I'm watching him talk to the crew, and he just doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what happened. He was trying to hang up front, and fortunately the car looped around, and it's going to be a long road to hoe here with how many laps are left in this one for Dobbs and the whole 98 out the gate crew. This crew right now, with the way it's shaping up, that's Fernandez, Maurer, and Sleeper. They stay out here under this caution flag, along with Atkins and Peyton Johnson. Johnson was having some issues in the pre-race. His number 15 says he couldn't find any daggone speed out of it. And he also said TeamSpeak wasn't working for him here tonight. Every time he went to hit the push to talk, his ignition would shut off, and that's not what you want to have here tonight. Couple drivers going to take to pit road there. Russ Hancock, Jared Hagler, Cody Levitt, Derek Water, Danny Valenzuela, all going to pit here to top off their machines before we get going back to the green flag racing, as the old iRacing pace truck lights are off on the pace truck. About 2 more miles of caution flag here for the third caution flag of the evening. Reports coming out of the 77 cars camp is transmission broke in the 77 of Doug Neal. Car stuck in 3rd gear, and it just would not go to 4th, and when he tried to get it into 4th, that's when the transmission locked up, and around she went on the front straightaway of lap number 1. Dobbs did get his 98 back out onto the track, like we said. There you see him coming back up behind the pace car. He will restart, still on the lead lap, but his car is not going to be very aerodynamic friendly here tonight. He'll restart back into the 21st position. Greg O'Berry is back onto the lead lap, so he'll restart at the back. But it's all about this group out front here. Remember, Cody Sleeper, who's going to restart in the 2nd row with that 01 SimBox American Ethanol 01. He does have a little bit of damage. So as the green flag comes back out here, we're clean up wreck number 3 of the evening and back at it here at Pocono. Drag race down the front straightaway. Fernandez will lead us down into turn number 1. It'll put Cody Sleeper and Nathan Maurer side by side. Maurer going to overshoot turn number 1 up the hill. He goes. Looks like Quincy going to go up the hill. 3 wide. Here comes Michael Sturgill. Peyton Johnson to the inside with Quincy Atkins to the outside. Sturgill is going to slice right through like a hot knife through butter. Sturgill now going to look to the inside here on the 0-1 of Cody Sleeper. He's driving like he's got something to prove here tonight in Pennsylvania. Maybe a honeymoon gone bad for Michael Sturgill. So Sturgill now picks up P number 3. Randy Johnson working the inside there. He's got the red numbers on that number 12 as he works underneath Quincy Atkins. As, Jared Hagedorn up the track in that number 2. Cody Levitt had to dive down to the inside. It looks like Brandon Feeney falling back through the field. He did come down the pit road and get some damage serviced and also 4 tires. Nathan Johnson now trying to work to the inside of the number 0-1 of Cody Sleeper. Down the back straightaway they go. Cody Sleeper going to give him the spot for the time being. Now here comes Hunter Reynolds. Swidward's dabbing on down to the inside. He'll slide in front of the 0-1. There's Johnson. He just got into the back of the 0-1. Remember, Randy Johnson, yeah, he qualified in 3rd, but he had to go all the way to the back of the field. Roy Fernandez leads that lap, and he's got a controlling lead, 1 second over the next closest car. We got some battles going on back here, though, as Cody Sleeper continues to fall through the field. Josiah Millen trying to get around Stephen Pugh, the driver out of Texas. 2 dirt track boys going at it right here. They're battling just right now outside the top 10. This is for 11th as Millen's going to make quick work of it. Out front, though, here, Maurer and Sturgill swapping it back and forth. Maurer has it for the time being through turn 3. Let's check it at the line. It's Fernandez across the line first. Then it's Maurer, then Sturgill. Just by the splitter of those Chevys. "21 laps completed here tonight. 3 caution flags. Getting some green flag racing in here. Jared Hagedorn looking to the inside here of the number 31 of Donald Bennett. Beautiful looking number 2 Ford Mustang. They'll get around Bennett, and that's going to put Bennett back into the clutches of Greg O'Barry. See these 3 cars lined up in 14th, 15th, and 16th. Derek Lauder just behind them, then it's Danny Valenzuela. Millen looking to pick up another one from Jamie Leach. Cody Levitt just behind this group of cars here. And Levitt, the driver, started from pit road here tonight in the Vegas Strong number 38. The Golden Knights also on board here. He has already made 5 pit stops here tonight. That is a ton of pit stops. But what the crew has been doing is they're trying to pack the car full of fuel here tonight at Pocono because they know this big 2.5-mile track, as you see Jamie Leach look to the inside here on Quincy Atkins, they know that they need all the fuel they can pack in this thing so they can go the farthest on the fuel strategy. Cody Levitt going to tuck back in line there. Jamie Leach did get back around Josiah Millen, and then Quincy Atkins looked like he was going to fall through. Well, he took that spot back as down the back straightaway they go once again here on lap number 24. closing in on Cody Sleeper right now. There you see the white 01 of Cody Sleeper. Leach looking through the tunnel turn to make a pass, and he will. Josiah Millen tried to follow suit, but wasn't quite able to. Now he's going to, through the short chute, be able to get it. Here comes Cody Levitt also now knocking on the back door. Levitt not quite able to clear coming out of turn number 3, so he'll have to fall back in line behind Quincy, but it is Millen closing in on that number 13. Doesn't look like he'll have the run, though, down into turn number 1. Sturgill is coming. You ever watch that, what was it, the movie Jaws? Well, that's what's being played right now. Sturgill is chewing into Roy Fernandez's lead, and within the next couple of laps, he will be there. Unless Fernandez right now is out front saving fuel, which he could possibly be doing with this Chevrolet. Look at the driver who had the quickest qualifying lap here tonight. Driver out of Callahan, Florida. He came into the night as your points championship leader. He had an 86-point championship lead over Michael Sturgill. So all Hunter Reynolds needs to do is finish this race inside the top 20 here tonight and take the green flag next week, and he will be your champion here in the SimBox Cup Series for Salt Flat Racing. See, the 88 of Tim Combs also looking to make a move. Not going to be able to on the number 12 of Randy Johnson. Johnson going to look to the inside now on Peyton Johnson. The big unit not going to waste any time. He'll make the pass through the tunnel turn. Now here comes Tim Combs. He's going to look to make the same pass, but down the short chute. And a bump the number 15 of Johnson back to running into the 7th position. Johnson, of course, still trying to get his whole sim rig up, calibrated in and everything. He's done a lot of changes, including a brand new computer, which is why he was having trouble in his pre-race of getting it all set up and ready to rock here tonight at Pocono. He's not going to go away too quick, though, as the 15 back to the inside here through turn number 1. And it'll be the 88 who does complete the pass out of turn number 1 down the back straightaway they go. So Combs will pick up that position a little bit farther back. Danny Valenzuela is having a good old battle back here with Donald Bennett, and Derek Waters right there. Funny thing is, Bennett tonight driving on a brand new sim rig himself. Not the computer portion or the monitors. The wheel and pedal setup all brand new to Bennett. Got his new Fanatec in. I call it new. It's new to him. It was actually Derek Lauder, the driver who was right there in front of him, the number 26. It was his setup, and he got a new one. He got a direct drive, so he had that Fanatec 2.5 sitting around, and Bennett needed a club sport, so he got it. So Bennett's first race, of course, here at one of the trickiest tracks on iRacing. There's the Cuban cowboy, Roy Fernandez, out front. Wish we had that theme song from, what was it, Delius Cash, where they go, cowboy. Yeah, that would be Roy Fernandez's theme song, as the caution flag is going to come out. Donald Bennett has spun the number 31 car around here tonight to bring out the 4th caution flag before the halfway point. And that car is all sorts of torn up in the front nose clip of this Chevrolet. And that one's not going to be handling well here the rest of the night. Let's take the look back here as our 4th caution flag flies. And Derek Lauder was down on the inside there. And, oh, he got a little help from Feeney. Got a little help from Brandon Feeney. Around he went. Right on board here with Feeney. Oh, you heard Feeney completely out of the gas and trying to turn that 83 completely to the left there, but Bennett sliding right into the path of him. Bennett had to check up to get out of the gas because of Derek Lauder hitting the apron. And a very hard impact for Donald Bennett down to the inside. So that puts us under our fourth caution flag here tonight at Pocono. So as we pace here at the Tricky Triangle, it's time to pay a couple of those bills tonight. We'll be back here right after this.
To the front bumper, and he hits him again now. Rayon Fowler into the outside wall.
He's going to pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's going to get them all done with. What amazing.
Lee to the inside goes Logan Cloudman is going to touch in. Pit press sideways. What a save.
Looks to the outside as Cronkite goes off. De Jong into second place.
Going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's Howley down to the inside.
Trying this contact though.
Slide left of the racetrack. Chris Renner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact.
He's going to try and make the move around the outside the Parabolka. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cut back here. Get the run out the Parabolka. That's beautifully done there. Michael Schubert, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back here, race fans, to Pocono, Pennsylvania, here in Long Pond, home of the Pocono International Raceway. You're watching the SimSpeedShop 175 here for the Salt Flat Cup Series. Working our 4th yellow of the evening, closing in on the halfway point of this one. iRacing pace truck down and away, and we're going to gear them back up through the 4 speeds they go. Looks like a couple of them fanning out down there. Peyton Johnson's going to fan out. He'll drop down to the inside. Quincy Atkins down pit road, and the number 75, Josiah Millen, also having to take evasive actions down to the inside. Danny Valenzuela down there. Oh, Michael Sturgill going to hang on to her. Sturgill sideways. Now another one going to go around. The 71 of Nathan Maurer has gone around to bring out the 5th caution flag here tonight. So with the 5th caution flag here tonight coming out, Nathan Maurer has gone around in his home state, doing a couple victory donuts before the end of this one. We'll have to watch it back here and see what actually happened. He was completely sideways. We saw Michael Sturgill down in turn number 1 go sideways in his number 90 entry, and then Nathan Maurer loops the SimBox number 71 around. Or take the look here. Let's focus in here. On that 71, it's just around Miss Daisy goes, and wow, Jamie Leach is absolutely lucky that he didn't get involved in that. Let's watch this back here, right on board. The helmet camera with Leach. Leach was out of shape. Wow, talk about the pucker factor times 12 for Jamie Leach. So Nate Maurer goes around, and he'll now have to tag the back of the field. Looks like old Dobbsy boy is going to get a lap back. This should put him back onto the lead lap here tonight. So the care for Colby, number 98. Looks like he should come back onto the lead lap here tonight at Pocono. Welcome back here to Pocono, Pennsylvania, as we work our 5th caution flag just at the halfway point home here tonight. Roy Fernandez, Michael Sturgill will start on the front row when we do go back to the green flag here tonight. And it'll be Hunter Reynolds, Tim Combs, Randy Johnson, Cody Sleeper, Cody Levitt, Jamie Leach, Josiah Millen, and Stephen Pugh, rounding out the top 10 cars here. As they come out of turn number 3, we're going to drop them loose here. And iRacing pace car is down to the safety of pit road, so we'll see which one of these drivers can handle the tricky triangle this time. Another great start there by Fernandez, but I think Michael Sturgill's Ascari Auto Sports number 90 is going to be too hot to handle here in just a couple of moments. One of them down onto the apron there. I didn't quite catch it. They're going to stack him up 3, 4 wide down the back straightaway. That is Stephen Pugh, who had just a moment down the back straightaway. There you see them all fanned out. There's the 40 of Millen. It looks like somebody's been into the back of the 40. So that's going to spread him out just a little bit. That's really going to benefit Nathan Maurer, who just brought that caution flag out a little bit ago. He had to start at the back of this field. And now he has worked his way back up, battling inside the top 15. He's running in the 11th spot right now, trying to pick off Peyton Johnson. Michael Sturgill did get around Roy Fernandez in turn number 3, and now Fernandez is going to slide up the track because here comes Hunter Reynolds. The Reynolds brigade is coming. Got the Reynolds wrap. Oh, boy, it looked like it's just a heck of a moment there for Peyton Johnson. Johnson looks like his 15 has seen better days. The nose is all tore up on that Chevrolet. With having 5 caution flags here tonight, still only have 1 driver out of the event, and that's Doug Neal with the broken transmission. Here comes the big unit. Started dead last here technically tonight. Now Randy Johnson has moved up here to running P number 3. And what he's looking for more as he'll dive it down here into 1. As he comes out of turn 1, he will have P number 2 officially tonight. And there's no Tricky the Fox running out here tonight virtually at the virtual Pocono Raceway. So we don't have to worry about any Foxes running out down the back straightaway. There's Fernandez. He'll drop the spot to Hunter Reynolds and give Reynolds a bit of a shove down the short chute. Cody Levitt has worked his way up back inside the top 10. He's back to running 6th after dropping well back in the early stages of this one. 42 laps to go, and Levitt is running 6th. A little bit farther back here, there's the Dobbs entry. Running 19th, right ahead of Darryl Clauter right now on the Finesse Laser Designs, number 26. Looks like Millen just bobbed off the outside wall just about, and maybe even possibly Brandon Feeney. He's having some handling issues on the Liquid Molly K1 Graphics entry. Driver out of Ontario. Even our friend Brandon Feeney picked up, one of them into the outside wall. Hard impact into the outside wall goes the 15 to Peyton Johnson. What happened to Peyton Johnson that he was up into the outside wall? Check back this replay, possibly be able to tell us. That was on the initial start there. That's where they were 4 wide. Millen, Johnson, O'Berry, and Pugh. Well, what happened to Peyton Johnson here on lap number 39 is the question. There you see Peyton Johnson back here. We were just showing this right before they went down into turn number 1. Peyton Johnson following the 40 of Millen. He was running, at the time, it looks like possibly into the 13th position. See him when he comes down here into the tunnel turn. Catches the apron a little bit and looks like he's all right there. Oh, there it is. It was off the bumper. Let's see if we can just throw it in reverse just a little bit right there. Throw it in reverse. Let's see if we can get it. Truck has that queued up there. They're just going to throw it straight into reverse. And right here, as they come down into the tunnel turn, take a look at it. Pugh trying to make the pass. Oh, just gets a little piece of the apron and then straight up. The 15 of Johnson, nowhere to go, and he's just going to smack that wall. Did a good job of holding it up there against the outside wall as everybody works the inside to get around. Cody Levitt coming to pit road. Not sure if this is a scheduled stop for Cody Levitt, as it looks like he had a little bit of a issue there. Let's watch this back. What happened to Cody Levitt? Oh, no. Maybe a tire down coming out of 3. He slams the outside wall and then a hard impact into the inside wall. Right on board. Double impact to the car, and his night's going to possibly be over right there. Sergio comes back around, though. He's opened up a second lead. One driver this time is making himself a pit stop, and that's going to be Quincy Atkins in the Send It Studios, number 75, the driver out of South Carolina. He'll come down. So as he hits pit road, Cody Levitt and Peyton Johnson are still sitting on pit road trying to get damages fixed to their cars. See if they can get back out here yet tonight. Randy Johnson has been on the charge, though. Nobody's been able to hold him back. Maybe he just needs another caution flag or a new set of tires on this number 12 tonight to even the field back up. Because Michael Sergil setting a blistering pace here tonight. Pocono, one of those tracks, it is a big 2.5 mile speedway, and once it really gets into a long green flag run, they start to spread them out. Two drivers back here, though. Millen and Hagedorn battling it out. Millen back into the 11th position. He has rear end damage, and he looks like he's been into the wall at least once. He was in that 4-wide scuffle on the restart, and it looks like there is some fender damage on his car. So Millen in his home state, closest track to home this season, and I did hear through the grapevine that he's actually going to be camping at the Pocono Double this year. Of course, all the sanctions here in Pennsylvania for the COVID-19 pandemic starting to be, the reins being pulled back, so outdoor sporting events can hold up to 20% capacity, so Pocono has a ton of seating, as you can see, as they come down the front straightaway. So Millen is going to be one of those 20% that will be able to attend the weekend. So that's good to hear. Possibly getting back to a little bit of normalcy. Let's talk about normal. Hunter Reynolds on the charge here late in this run. He picks up P number 2. Taking a look back to when everybody came down pit road, that was about lap number 29. 33 for a couple of them as they were back-to-back caution flags. Doing the math right now, and if we have, well, we're going to be working. That's easy math right there. The producer goes with 25 there by, and 25 as they come by the start-finish line. So 25 laps to go. A pit run here tonight is right around 22 laps if you're really starting to save the fuel. Looks like something has gone wrong with Quincy Atkins' machine. He's still down on pit road. Peyton Johnson has disconnected from the iRacing server. his night is officially over. He'll go drink some Kool-Aid. As here comes that 33. Remember, Greg O'Berry had to take an emergency pullover. Brought out the caution flag number 2 here tonight. As that's the 71 of Nathan Maurer getting around him. So as Maurer picks up the 8th position, that moves O'Berry back to running 9th. Possibly looking at green flag pit stops coming in just 2 laps from this point. See Cody Sleeper, and what a night it's been for Cody Sleeper. Had himself a really good qualifying effort, but on the initial drop to the green flag, got into his teammate when Doug Neal's transmission broke. It's been an uphill battle for him ever since. You can see the right front fender is caved in and kind of crinkled up the nose just a little bit of this 01 machine. But don't sleep on Sleeper here tonight. Trying to still come away with the top 5 is, that was Jamie Leach, who was out of shape through the tunnel turn. Driver out of Toledo, Ohio, was really hanging on to that Ford. Tim Combs all over the back end here, though, of Roy Fernandez. Here, Combs really lift out of the throttle early going down into turn number 1, trying to just get the rotation in that 88 to see if he can get a run out the corner. Last time by, though, it was actually Hunter Reynolds as your fastest car on the speedway. This Ford Mustang, remember, qualified a half a second faster here tonight at Pocono than anybody else. And that was Roy Fernandez who qualified second, so half a second faster than Roy Fernandez and Michael Sturgill. And boy, you know you really got to be hauling the mail if you can lay down a lap like that. There you see Tim Combs drag racing the 6 of Fernandez down the front straightaway. That's the 04 of Danny Valenzuela back there. Valenzuela has gone a lap down with his Raise Energy drink entry. So Combs will work the inside of the KellyBlueBook.com number 88 as the SimBox number 6 will drop back a position. So that'll move Combs up 7 spots. He is now running heat number 4. There you see the South Beach Raise Energy drink. South Beach, of course, the brand new flavor out of the Raise Energy drink stables, and Danny Valenzuela representing that here tonight. As it looks like Valenzuela was just down pit road on lap number 44. Hunter Reynolds, you have some somebody knocking on the back door there. That's Randy Johnson. See him coming down into 1. Johnson's going to have it. Reynolds is just going to give him the position for the time being. Maybe Reynolds has started to back off the throttle here just a little bit. Knows that you're getting to that point of you need to save just a little bit more. And then he'll come to pit road possibly. No driver will be able to stretch the fuel here tonight to make it the rest of the way. So you will have to make at least 1 pit stop from this point forward. Question being, though, when is the right time? Do you want to be the first one or the last one to pit road? First one, maybe try and make up a little bit of time, or do you really want to dig in at the end and go get it? About to find out as Michael Sturgill will come out of turn number 3. He's going to keep on going. Here comes the big unit, Randy Johnson, as they come to get 20 laps to go. Johnson's going to be the first one. Jamie Leach will follow in tow. So the 12 and the 13 coming to pit road with 20 laps to go. That might be the hot play of the evening. We'll have to take a close eye and keep a close eye on Stephen Pugh also coming to pit road. So 3 drivers on the lead lap here come to pit road with 20 to go. As you see the battle for that second position, Reynolds. Reynolds right now has it. But I am noticing a little damage to the right front of that Ford. And with damage done to that front right fender, it's not going to handle as well. It's not going to be as fast in a straight line. Sturgill has opened up a 2-second race lead. And now he's going to come to pit road right here. This time by Sturgill will bring her to pit road. Reynolds, Fernandez, Combs all going to come with. So your top 4, 5, 6 drivers all come to pit road. Nathan Maurer is the only driver to stay out. He'll take over the race lead with 19 laps to go here. Millen, late decision. He's going to come to pit road in the 40. He's going to lock him up and slide it in, and he may have got down to pit road speed. Bennett and Hancock also coming to pit road. Just a handful of them. Handful of them yet have to come to pit road. Maurer, O'Berry, Hagedorn, Feeney, Clodder, and Griffith all pitted back on lap number 33 or 34, so they do have to make another pit stop. They will not be able to make it. 21 laps to 22 laps is about as far as these drivers can make it here tonight. On tank of fuel. First driver out of pit road, though, was the number 90 of Michael Sturgill. He is back here running in the 7th position. Tim Combs did pick up a lot of ground on Sturgill. It looks like that gap is now only at about a second. As Combs is going to overshoot the tunnel turn. Here comes Reynolds. Reynolds going to look back down to the inside with the Fuel Sim Race Team Squidward number 28. And look at Fernandez. He's right there. He's going to close in. Look at the gap that Fernandez is going to close, as Combs was not able to be in the racing groove here, and just how much time he just lost. Look at Fernandez. He's going to slingshot around the 28 on the front straightaway. Sucked up on that draft from the 28 of Reynolds. The 6 just went 2 for 1 from turn 3 to turn 1. Randy Johnson's right there, so is Jamie Leach. Nathan Maurer, though, will come to pit road. Coming to get 17 laps to go. Maurer turns over the race lead to the driver out of Virginia. There goes the 33 of Greg O'Berry now at the point. Jared Hagedorn and Darrell Clodder coming to pit road. Brandon Feeney is going to play the long game. He is going to stay out with K1 Graphics Liquid Molly number 83. But it is all Michael Sturgill. Timing and scoring updating as everybody comes back across the line. And you see the 40 of Millen coming back out onto the track. It looks like he had to make an unexpected second trip to pit road. The crew didn't have the right tires pumped up. They had the rights on the lefts and the lefts on the right. So Millen went from having a top 10 hot rod here tonight. Qualified up there, I believe it was P number 4. Reynolds going to try and make his way around the number 40 of Millen. Now Jamie Leach also in the 13 will try to make the outside attempt around him down to the turn number 3. But now your race leader of Greg O'Berry comes to pit road. 16 laps to go, and Brandon Feeney also coming down, so that will turn things back over once it all cycles through to that driver right there. 16 to go, and all is well and right here at the front of the field. He has Kari, number 90 of Sturgill, back to the point. And what a year it could have been. Michael Sturgill had to dip out early of one race to go compete at the North Wilkesboro Speedway in one of those Landon Castle shootout races. He has 4 wins coming into the Tricky Triangle tonight. 5 top 5s and 9 top 10s. Hunter Reynolds, who does lead the points championship, though, he has also 4 wins with 10 top 5s and 12 top 10s. So 10 top 5s and 12 top 10s for Hunter Reynolds this season. He's only finished outside the podium 1 time, and that was at Michigan. So with 15 laps to go, it's Michael Sturgill out front. Roy Fernandez sitting there running in P number 2. And the big unit of Randy Johnson is there running P3. Then it's Hunter Reynolds. You just heard about him. Then Jamie Leach and Cody Sleeper. There's Cody Sleeper. He's a trooper. He needs to pick up 1 spot. Can he do it yet with 15 laps to go? It's anybody's ball game at this point. Nathan Maurer's running 7th with Greg O'Berry back here running into the 8th position. Stephen Pugh, who's right there in the screen, he is 9th. And then it's Danny Valenzuela right now running inside the top 10. But Valenzuela came down to pit road on lap number 44. So I believe he's going to be a couple laps shy of making it to the end of this one on fuel. 14 laps to go here tonight at Pocono. Race fans, what do you say? Let's see if we can turn it up a little bit. The beautiful sights, the beautiful sounds around the Pocono International Raceway, as there's the second place machine. He is 1 second behind Michael Sturgill. In the closing laps here, 10 laps to go now for Michael Sturgill. Can he hold off Roy Fernandez? Last time by, Fernandez was about, well, a couple tenths of a second faster than that 90 out front, but at this point, Michael has dominated here tonight as he just tried to wind this one down without hurting that number 90. He has not overstepped the boundaries all evening long. He's been as cool as a cucumber so far. No real battles going on. Jamie Leach is, well, That's about the closest. You see that car in between him and the third place runner of Randy Johnson? That's Jared Hagedorn right now. Jared just came down pit road on lap 53, and he has himself a good long run car, but he got put behind the 8 ball with a speeding penalty coming to pit road, which can happen very easily here at Pocono. Let's check the times at the timing and scoring stripe this time by with 8 laps to go. Which one of your front runners is fastest at the line? Sturgill and Fernandez dead heat that time across the timing and scoring stripe, so they are heads up racing. Looks like Quincy Atkins is coming back out onto pit road. His crew just got done all the repairs to the 75. Looks like a new motor being swapped in, I'm being told. 20 minutes down on pit road for Quincy Atkins puts him well behind the 8 ball, about 20 laps behind. Sturgill started to open the gap up that time by through 1 and 2, as now it's up to about a second, 1.2 seconds back, and no pressure from behind him right now. Stephen Pugh is sitting back here running in 9th, nothing behind him. There's Brandon Feeney. That's about a 2.5 second gap back to the driver out of Ontario. Russ Hancock. Well, he said his connection tonight here to iRacing was not the most stable one. He said his whole point for tonight was to ride around here, not be involved in anything, just have a clean car to be there at the end. Well, he started back in 16th. He took the end of line. Well, we don't want to say penalty, but he took the end of line by choice a handful of times there on our restarts, just to drop to the back to stay out of everybody's way if there was a connection issue. And, well, he's been able to keep himself clean and worked himself now into the 11th spot. He just has to go get Brandon Feeney, that's just up the road there, and he could possibly have himself a top 10 and with 7 laps to go. Anything is possible here as Greg O'Barry works to the inside. He is a man on a mission right now. He'll get around Cody Sleeper down there in the tunnel turn, and then Sleeper is going to give him a little bit of a bump draft down the short chute. Into turn number 3 they come. This race is an over race, fans. Remember back to, I believe, if my knowledge is serving me right, was it 2000? Or was it 99? I believe it was 2000. I would have been 10 years old sitting in the Pocono grandstands down in turn number 3 when Jeremy Mayfield knocked Dale Earnhardt out of the way on the final lap to pick up his second career win, I believe it was, in NASCAR Winston Cup Series. So, well, maybe right here we might see a bump and run in the final corner. Fernandez has it down to under a second. It'll be 5 to go. 5 laps, high 5 from the flagman this time for Michael Sturgill. There you see him down the front straightaway. He was trying to get away from the 6 because, well, Fernandez is within that striking distance. The draft here tonight at Pocono is huge in these cars. 550 horsepower with a ton of downforce. If Michael Sturgill can hang on here tonight for just 5 more laps, now about 4.5 laps, he'll be able to pick up his 5th win, and nobody else has 5 wins on the season. Hunter Reynolds has 4, Sturgill has 4, 2 for Fernandez, 1 for Cody Sleeper, 1 for Randy Johnson, and 1 for Brandon Massey this season. 38 drivers have taken at least 1 green flag attempt here this season. Looks like about 26 of them have double-digit starts on this year, too. 4 to go for Sturgill. 4 to go as we still watch this battle. Randy Johnson also is closing in on Jamie Leach. Leach has picked up that 3rd position, moving him up 17 spots. Hunter Reynolds looks like he has worn the good off the tires, and they're just trying to limp this one back around. Gap is hovering, still about the same, about a half a second between your 2 top race leaders. Come out of turn 3. What turn 4? 3 to go. Sergio once again trying to break the draft down the front straightaway. Down into this corner at about 185 miles an hour. That's with no draft. That's pulling the 6 machine. And that time, Sturgill really going to get a huge run down the back straightaway off of turn number 1. Going to pull back to almost about 3/4 of a second up on Fernandez. What does Fernandez have left in the bank? Losing a little ground once again. It'll be 5 more miles of racing here tonight. Sturgill once again breaks the draft. Jamie Leach has started to pull away from Randy Johnson. He's not been able to pull himself back up. How about Nathan Maurer, though, sitting back here? Spun out of turn number 1 on a restart. Caution flag came out as he nosed it into the inside retaining wall and has brought himself back up into running 6th currently. He's got Hunter Reynolds right ahead of him. That's the battle for position. Reynolds going to try and protect down the back straightaway here. Maurer going to really drive her off. He's going to take that 5th position. Reynolds knows there's more at stake than just a 5th position. He knows there's a championship on the line. So this time, out of turn number 4 they come. Going to be 1 lap to go here at Pocono, presented by SimSpeedShop. 1 lap to go, and now that lead up to 1.5 seconds. Sturgill is now flat to the floor, and he is not letting off the accelerator tonight. He says it is go time. He has dominated, led over half the laps here tonight at Pocono. All he has to do is hit the tunnel turn and turn 3 for the final time here tonight. The tunnel turn looks good. He's going to keep those left side tires away from the apron tonight. Sturgill down the short chute. Fernandez closed in a little bit. Sturgill trying to just breathe the throttle. But it'll be the final time. Out of turn number 3 they come. To the front straightaway for the final time. It'll be the number 90 of Michael Sturgill winning here in the Keystone State. Roy Fernandez is going to finish. It looks like second. Nate Maurer just got around Randy Johnson, who's out of gas, coasting down the front straightaway. It will be Maurer in 3rd, Reynolds in 4th. O'Barry's going to finish 5th. Randy Johnson's going to finish 6th. Cody Sleeper is 7th. Jamie Leach is 8th. Stephen Pugh in 9th. Brandon Feeney will round out the top 10. Timing and scoring unofficial on the left-hand side of your screen, race fans, but until all the cars go through technical inspection, it will be Michael Sturgill picking up the win here tonight. So Sturgill going to go to victory lane for the 5th time this season. He didn't step over the boundaries at all tonight. Just drove himself a solid, clean race. That's all he needed to do, was to have himself a clean race. He came in 86 points back of the championship lead, and he will gain a couple more points. But next week, all Hunter Reynolds needs to do is just take the green flag. So as Sturgill comes to the front straightaway, maybe we're getting to see a little celebration donuts, as maybe not. I don't know if he has enough fuel to really set him loose for us here tonight. Sturgill going to burn him down here on the front straightaway as much as he can. He is your winner tonight here in Pennsylvania. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back here for our post-race show, brought to us by SimBox. Don't go anywhere, race fans. Hear what your top 3 have to say about this. Welcome back here to Long Pond, Pennsylvania, home for the Pocono International Raceway, and we are back with our post-race show to talk to the drivers here tonight that finish on the podium. Let's start things off with the driver who is going to be in victory lane celebrating his seventh victory. We wish, right, Mike? Seventh victory. It's only your fifth victory of the season. How did you make it handle here tonight at the Tricky Triangle?
Yeah, tonight was really all about track position, and then there towards the end, saving fuel across the line at like 0.2 gallons. Had my dad in my stream trying to do fuel calculations for me to see if I was going to be good or not, and it worked out just barely.
Now, this is one of those tracks, 2.5 miles of asphalt around this track. You don't want to run out going down into turn one. If you would have ran out in turn one, what's the likelihood of this number 90 being able to roll back around the speedway?
Yeah, I don't think it would, unless someone tried to push me around.
That's a long track to try and coast your way back around. But you win it here tonight. You knew what was on the line coming in here to Pocono was an 86-point deficit between you and Hunter Reynolds. And once again, you out-battle the 28 of Reynolds to pick up your fifth win. So you do take not only a couple points out of his championship lead, but you now surpass him in wins with only 2 races left. You have a 1-race lead over him. We'll call it that because you're not going to have the points championship lead, but you could still take home the most wins this season. Is that what we're going to be shooting for this week? Because I can break the bad news to you right now. Hunter Reynolds will lock up the championship next week if he takes the green.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Just going to try to finish the year out strong and win as much as possible.
Nothing wrong with winning, right? You did it here tonight at Pocono. Congratulations. Mike, the red carpet is out here in Long Pond, and, well, the microphone is yours too.
Yeah, I just want to thank you for broadcasting these races. Thank the admins who run the league and all the drivers. Got started a little rough, but there towards the end we gathered in, had nice green runs. Thanks to everyone who's watching. Thanks to all my teammates, and shout out to my dad for watching also.
Well, there you heard from Sturgill. He will win here tonight at the Tricky Triangle. He'll pick up his 5th official win with the Salt Flat Racing Series. So congratulations to Sturgill picking up that. And let's keep the show moving along here for the post-race show. Second here tonight is going to go to Roy Fernandez. Roy, a brand new car you guys brought here to Pocono. It was quick in practice and quick in qualifying. But what did you need more to go up there and battle with the 90?
Just a better positioning and in that late restart. I had a battle about a 2.5 second lead trying to catch up to Michael, and I only got within probably 0.7 of a second within that grass. But with saving that much fuel, it wasn't easy. So.
Yeah, how hard is it here, especially at this track where momentum is very key to keep the momentum up and not make the mistakes, but also save fuel?
It's very difficult. I mean, you see the front stretch, how long it is, that the 2 back stretches pretty much how long they are as well, and kind of pretty much have to get that throttle on the whole time. So you conserving here is very difficult. It's probably more difficult in my opinion than at Daytona or something like that, where it's consistently in the draft. In this case, like sometimes you can be in the draft, out the draft, and you got maybe lap cars or other cars nearby you that are also battling for position, so it can kind of throw your strategy away, especially when you're going around those turns that are so flat. Can really loosen your car up a little bit more than you were expecting, and that definitely happened when I was behind a couple cars.
Well, Pocono's in the books here. You're not going to win, obviously, but a second place is going to look good in the stat book as you're going to start to pad that one up here. Next week, we head to Charlotte for the Roy Fernandez Championship 100. How do you feel about heading to Charlotte with your name stamped on it?
It's an honor for sure. When I notified that they were going to do that for me, I was happy about that. That's pretty cool. Something that the league was able to do for me for winning last season. So pretty excited, and I got a special surprise for you next Tuesday. So make sure that you guys tune in to see the surprise I got for Roger.
I love surprises, and I got surprises for everybody. You just have to wait till next week to find that out also. So your surprise and my surprise, it'll be one big party up here in the virtual world of things. But Roy, before we let you go here tonight, who made it all possible here at Pocono?
Yeah, SimBox Motorsports, my team. You got Cody, Nate, and Doug. Doug had that unfortunate circumstance early on. But Nate with the top 3 and Cody with us strategizing, getting our groove and our strategy together definitely played out. You know, out of the 4, 2 of us were in the top 3, so we're pretty happy with the SimBox team. And always never forget the wife, Marissa, upstairs. Even though I got the mustache, she still supports me.
Yeah, well, she's, we're call it one lucky lady to have a mustache like that, Roy. Congratulations on your runner-up finish here tonight, and we look forward to seeing you at Charlotte.
Thanks, Roger. Have a good night.
Coming home in third here tonight, it's one of those local drivers. There you see the SimBox number 71 on screen, Nate. It's been a long season to row here for this 71 group, but you finally knocked down the door and wind up on the podium here tonight. How did you rally back from rallying into the inside wall in turn number 1?
My own mistake put me up here in the top 3. I got loose there. I think it was the 28 of Reynolds that got loose in front of me, and I tried going high around because I thought he was going to wreck, and I got loose and hit the wall and brought. I guess that might have been the last caution of the race. And I knew fuel. Roy kept on telling me that he wasn't sure if we were going to make it, and I noticed all them boys were saving, and just because of them saving fuel is the reason why I finished up here in P3. Definitely was not skill tonight.
Well, you never know if it's skill or luck or what it is, and actually the stat team over here is yelling in my ear right now. Correction, you have finished on the podium one other time this season back at the Texas Oval, but Pocono and Texas are nothing alike. What can you really say Pocono is even like?
I'm not even sure what it's like. It's worse than the pace laps are worse than a super speedway. The pace laps are killer here, but it's actually probably my second favorite track when I race in the race side. It's a very fun track.
Well, I think you're a little bit biased, Nate, as you come out of the Pennsylvania area. You're only about, I think it's probably, a 2.5-hour drive for you to the Pocono Raceway. So maybe you're a little bit biased, but race fans take that for what it is. But, Nate, you come home here third. 2 races left in the season. We head to Charlotte and Phoenix. Can we see this 71 SimBox entry go to victory lane yet this season?
Depends on how good old SimBox owner Doug Neal sets the car up for me. I like to finish in the top 3 at least one more time here.
No, you never know what's going to happen any Tuesday night. Anybody can win one, but Nate, congratulations on your podium run here. Who's all on the side of this car that you got to thank for another amazing run?
SimBox, Doug Neal, owner of SimBox Button Boxes, you for broadcasting it, and most importantly, the boys here for running this league. Is a pretty good league. It's great. Good racing with everybody.
Well, there you hear it from the driver out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, just down the road here from the Pocono International Raceway. He'll have a very short virtual ride back to his home to sleep in his bed here tonight. So Nate Maurer in the SimBox number 71 will rally back after hitting the inside wall to finish third here tonight. He picks up 10 spots to finish on the podium. But it was all about the man that nobody could run back down, and that was Michael Sturgill here tonight. He'll lead the most laps, and he'll walk away as the winner for the 5th time this season. The driver out of Cincinnati, Ohio, goes to victory lane, and he'll look to extend that win rate that he has this season. It looks like it should possibly be, let me take a look at it. Yeah, the points championship going into the Charlotte Motor Speedway is going to be 71 points, so it's still going to be all Hunter Reynolds is going to need to do is show up and take the green flag next week at Charlotte, and he should be able to wrap up that points championship hunt. So it may be a little too late for Sturgill to close that gap, but I think bragging rights are going to be on the line for him, between him and Hunter Reynolds, both very strong competitors here in Salt Flat Racing and all across the Sim platform. Fernandez will go into the championship race that's named after him with 140 points back, while Cole Day is sitting 4th, and then Cody Levitt is 5th. That rounds out the top 5 in the point standings, leaving the Pocono International Raceway. But who will win Charlotte? Well, I don't know. The only way to find out, race fans, is to come on back next Tuesday night to see the surprise we have and the surprise that Roy Fernandez has for all you race fans out there. So for everybody at Salt Flat Racing, and of course the guys over at SimBox, I'm Roger Muth with the Turn 3 Racing Network, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's show.